I swear I'm massive. I'm just wearing a big shirt. Good morning, gamers. What is up? We back. I don't even know if this shit's fucking working. No cap. I never know if it's working though. So it'd be like that. But what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Dan. Some dumb shit like that. I actually have no idea. It says excellent connection. I don't know what that means. I don't see the stream working. Uh, all right, we're live. Bet. Anyways, we're back with some more crypto. It's a weekend still. Pretty boring. It's gonna be a pretty short stream. Nothing super insane. I'm gonna have some picks. I'm gonna talk about some of the same exact TA things I spoke about yesterday, so it's gonna be pretty fast. Yeah, there's not a lot of news. We're just gonna talk about some gaming stuff, some Pudgy Penguin stuff, and I don't know. Let's just get into it. Fuck it. I don't really have any good way to transition into just talking. Oh, wait a second. That's gonna fucking annoy me. Wait, quality content right here. Anyways, my shit broken. All right, there we go. I like it mirrored. I don't like it when it's flipped. Shit's like it's too disorienting. All right, let's get into the fucking Bitcoin chart. Weekly, nothing's fucking changed. It's a weekend. Even though I guess we did drop over the last day. No, we dropped yesterday. All right, now it's like Sunday. Same thing. Pretty boring. Again, weekly is like we still have the same setup where we have volatility momentum setting up on the weekly. There is no confirmation of it yet on the weekly. Volatility is not expanded past 10%, not above this EMA. It's still just all the way down here. I mean, we need to close tonight, basically. So that's like the same as yesterday. Uh, 5 day, same thing. Volatility hasn't really expanded. It's not above 10. We need more closes, and we're seeing momentum come all the way down. We're starting to see it come down. So, like I say, we have 2 weeks where we have to hold. If Bitcoin does not hold next 2 weeks, it's going to be a rough time. And then here to support this a little bit, let's open this on the weekly. This is the BSI. This is another indicator. It's a trend indicator, and it shows pivot points based on the top and the bottom bands, kind of like Bollinger Bands, but it's not really momentum based, or it's not really volatility based, it's more like momentum based. And the bottom side pivot that we have to hold on BSI that we can't close below is 24,350. So, like I have as my zone, I think it's like just another analysis of the exact same thing. We have to hold this bottom side of 24,500, whatever. Otherwise, things are gonna get really nasty below. But we can move all the way down there, and there's no need to panic. That's like an area you want to buy at once we confirm that. All right, we're holding it. We're not like about to shit the bed. 5 day technically it's crossed down, but 5 day is still an uptrend. If you look at it on the EMAs, it's still technically an uptrend because we crossed up. We had our crown cross or whatever over here, and then since right now we're just retesting the 55. We can go below it, but until things cross down again, you can't really be bearish. So looks fine to me. Let's go to 2 day. 2 day again bearish. But nothing super interesting here. We're seeing volatility come up, so we have this in play where volatility has crossed up above 10%, and we are seeing the pivot downwards. Again, the pivot is 26,300. So Bitcoin gets above that, it's not really the end of the world. But as long as Bitcoin's below this pivot here, and we're gonna follow it over the next week, then things are gonna be bad because the pivot's just gonna move down. It's just gonna get a lower and lower price. So if Bitcoin remains below it, it means Bitcoin's going lower and lower, which is a little bit scary. But I mean, if we're looking at a if we're looking at move past this, past down 10%, then yeah, it's gonna get very nasty. However, as long as it's remaining above again the same exact area that I'm talking about this whole time, no need to panic. Same exact thing here. No real need to panic. We're in the middle of a move technically. So if we're just seeing the end of the move, we would just see it all the way down to 24. Same exact fucking pivot point again. This area is pretty fucking important. Just has to hold it. All right, let's go to the 12 hour. This is gonna be more like, I don't know, nothing super interesting. We're good. If we see 12-hour hold below this pivot, so 26.5, again, same exact area we have to cross above right now, and the area is just gonna probably stay around the same, maybe come down as some time progresses. But as long as we see stochastic come down, we're gonna see Joule come down, and if Joule comes below 35, we'll get a setup. We'll get a long setup. So like this was one, and then this is another, and then this was another. I mean, these are a lot more below 35. These are all like setups right here. And let's go to the chart. If you longed here, all right, if end up failing and you end up getting stopped, if you longed here, you end up having like a 13% win. If you longed here, you end up having a 20 plus win depending on when you close. You longed here, you had a 10% win. You longed here, you had a 10% or 6% win, 7. All these signals have played out pretty well. And we're going to start seeing this 12-hour. So I think what I think ends up happening if we combine analysis between different time frames, what you'll start to see is you'll see the 2-day and the daily come down along with the 12-hour, and then the 12-hour is going to have this setup where we get below 35, and then once it flips up, once we get that white on the Joule, will it'll that'll be a bullish signal, and then we'll see the daily and the 2-day eventually flip up around when that signal starts to play out, and when that ends up happening, we'll end up seeing the bull scenario, the bull case. That can happen pretty fast. That can happen next week. So I would say that's a good sign that the 12 hours looking like that. And that's a really strong signal, like 75% hit rate. And if it fails, then things are gonna get very nasty, as I keep talking about. 4-hour looks pretty. So we're just bouncing out the same area. Not really. It looks pretty weak, but it's also a weekend. So how much can you really trust anything that goes on? 1 hour, pretty boring, sideways. I mean, it's just gonna be. It's a weekend. Like all lower time frames are gonna be really boring. Nothing super relevant. All right. Let's. Yeah. I mean, you're just seeing volatility come down. We're seeing trend down. So I would expect another move down on all these time 1 hour, 30 minute. I would just assume we're getting ready for. I don't know. Let's say you'd look to short like that level if you wanted to short between the EMA 55 and that level. Like that'd be your short, and then your stop loss would be any closes above that on like the 1 hour. That's what you'd be looking for as a setup on all shorter time frames. All right. Let's just go. All right. So funding rates are starting to come up again. Not a good sign, but it's still like it's kind of like a no man's zone where it's not really high enough. Like I said, the area's 0.009 above that is like pretty bearish, and especially in a downtrend, that's a really bad sign. But nothing's really going on right now. Pretty boring. I don't know. Let's go on to, yeah. Let's just look at all the fucking coins. I mean, nothing is up in the last week. Everything's down. I think the last 24 hours, yeah, Polygon's up. ApeCoin up. Toronto's up. Looks like just like a little bit of a bounce, a weekend bounce. Everything was way down for no reason. Like everything, like Polygon's up 10% the last 24 hours. It's down 31% the last week. So you know, it's just a little bit of a bounce. More like a mean reversion than anything. Nothing super interesting. Uh, if you go to my watch list, let's see what's up. Yeah, so Polygon, Altura, VPP. Yeah, it looks like just a mean reversion a little bit. Anything up on the weekly? Pendle's up on the weekly. It's up on the day also. Red Fox Labs. Other than that, no, everything's down. ETH is down one of the less, and ETH is down 8% for the week. So put it like that. All right, let's get to news. So crypto funding, 56 million. All right, so this is just like some investment stuff. The good thing about investments is these projects tend to raise a lot, and then once they release, they'll end up dumping because the VCs will exit. And some of these are actually really interesting projects, and so you can get some really interesting entries, especially in a bear market. So I mean, you got Lens Protocol here, and then which is made by Aave, the founders of Aave, and then you have Tycho Labs. which is basically a Type 1 ZK. All right, so Lens Protocol, I believe, is a social media, a decentralized social media network, something like that. Tyco is a Type 1 ZK, zero knowledge EVM chain, whatever. Basically, it's a scaling solution for Ethereum. Vitalik is super bullish on these. He's just the creator of Ethereum. Now, does this mean the project's going to do well? I don't know, but it means it's probably if Vitalik is bullish on something, it means the technology is probably really good. It doesn't mean the price is going to do well, but it means the tech behind it is actually really good. However, for the price to do well, it needs users, as you see with coins like Sui. But I don't know. We'll see. If the tech is cool, the tech is cool. All right. LSDFi. What is that? I mean, LSDs are liquid staking derivatives. I don't know. It's basically like a fucking article on LSDFi. I think it's pretty interesting because it explains what it is. I mean, it's one of the biggest. So basically, what are they? They're financial instruments that represent receipts of a stake token within a DeFi protocol. So basically, you stake, let's say your ETH into a Lido staked ETH, and then you get like an LSD coin that represents that ETH in return and probably has some sort of yield, some sort of like value return. And I don't know, they just name a bunch of projects. I think that so Libra, Gravita, never heard of those two. Curve's pretty famous, but Curve is like a downly chart. Don't buy Curve. Alchemix, I think it's also a downly chart. Never heard of Unsheath. Origin, I've heard of Origin. Never heard of Asymmetrics. And then Pendle was one of the first investments that I put on this channel. So I don't know, just some interesting projects to look into deeper. See if you're interested in any of that. Maybe look at behind the tech and see if you can learn anything. Just a heads up. I'm just gonna close. All right. Kathy Wood has said that SEC seems to muddle the allegations against Coinbase and Binance, stating they're very different. All right. Well, Kathy Wood is a boomer, but she's probably right. And that was all I had to say on that. I don't want to watch the video. This one, another interesting take by Kathy Wood, which is this one I absolutely agree with. She said that Tesla is one of the biggest AI opportunities out there. Tesla is a information and AI technology thing or technology company if you think about it, because all Tesla do is they collect information about your cars, and then with that information on your cars, they proceed to create AI that drives the car. They have tons of information, and they have by far the best AI. And as you can see, everybody's starting to use their electric chargers, as we're seeing. So if you're looking more into AI companies, even though Tesla historically has been very overvalued, they are still very interesting. Even though they used to be an not really electronics, but like an electric, not really just an electric vehicle company, but also like an electric stuff company. That's what they are. But they're also 100% an AI company. So just something interesting to talk about with Tesla. SEC charges against Binance and Coinbase are terrible for DeFi. Oh yeah, so this is an opinion piece by Cointelegraph, and I think this is a terrible opinion. I think the whole point of DeFi is that despite regulation, it is impossible to regulate because it is fully on chain. And as long as you don't ban Ethereum, you can still use DeFi. It's as simple as that. You could just go on chain and access any of these DeFi protocols. And unless they're going to go to your house and kill you, which I doubt they'll do for using a financial instrument that you're educated enough to use, and there's no shot they'll ever do that, then DeFi will exist. That's just how it is. And I think it's a terrible take because DeFi is one of the few benefiters because it's one of the few things that have nothing to do with the government and have no. The whole point of DeFi is it works autonomously from the users and the owners. There isn't once you've created that code, no more is here. Once you've created the code for the DeFi protocol, no more can anyone like go out and control your code or I mean unless your code's fucked up. Basically, your code is law, and as long as your code is good, then it'll do exactly like you want it to do. And so you can't really, as a government, you can't really stop a DeFi protocol for people using, especially if you're not going to ban Ethereum, which it clearly looks like the SEC is not going to ban Ethereum. Like that's like one of the most sure things like I can say right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum are not getting banned, and you can build DeFi on both of them. So what does that mean? I think it's a terrible take. All right. I think DeFi is very bullish, and that's why you'll see also all my investments on this channel for the next like month or so are going to be DeFi, and eventually it'll rotate into to metaverse. But right now, it's my focus is DeFi. I think it's by far the most interesting thing. Another terrible take by whoever this guy is. Just blocked on one. Wait. On the one hand, tokens not being on U.S. exchange kind of suck. However, now that they know that there's no reason not to build, whatever. Anyway, Jeebus, I fuck with Jeebus, whatever. Then this guy is like, just block the burgers and the rest of us can have the good stuff. This is a terrible take because, like Pentoshi's saying, the coins will do well because, like, America has like a lot of the money. In fact, most of it. You want them to buy your stuff, and so it's a lot of the dumbest money that are just willing to put in their money into like whatever the fuck. If you're trying to like profit, you kind of need those people. You're not really gonna profit off like a poor rice farmer in China. You're gonna profit off of an American who has way too much money and nothing to do with it and just gambles it away. I'm gonna say. All right, let's get into our coin picks. All right, so let's get into our DCA section. All right, we're gonna DCA into Bitcoin $10 as we be doing. Was it like that? 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, good enough for me. I get exactly 10. Let's go. Add transaction. All right, wait, that is what Bitcoin's at, right? 25.7. Yeah, yeah. Bitcoin is at that price right now. All right, we're gonna add $10 in ETH. 5, 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3. All right, $10 in ETH. All right, and then we're gonna add. All right, so what's my big cap pick of the day? It's gonna be Wu Network, another DeFi protocol. Uh, if you look at it, let's look at it all time. It was at the top like $1.60. Now it's at 17 cents, so it's 90% down from the top. All right, so I already think there's an opportunity there. Market cap is 294 million. It's not super insane. What is it? It's basically like a deep liquidity decentralized exchange. Well, they have a centralized exchange, and then they have a centralized exchange. Interesting. I didn't know that actually. But let me not. I just low-key doxed my wallet. Whatever. All right. Anyways, well, I can just turn on a VPN. I'm not gonna do that right now. Basically, they are a DeFi protocol, and I believe they're cross-chain, and they are super interesting, as well as apparently they have a centralized exchange attached to it, and I think that's very interesting. Anyways, we're gonna buy some. Not much more to it. Like, oh, I think the project's interesting. It has good fundamentals. It has users. It has volume. Do I need more? All right, could I show you the actual data? Yeah, I'm sure I could go out and do that, but I'm too lazy to do that. And this is why this is not a financial advice channel. None of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you what I would just spray and pray some money into. Let's go buy some. We can buy like 100 of these. Low key, 80. No, I can't buy. 60. Ah, fuck. 59, 58. Ah, perfect. 58. We buy 58. Look at that. All right, let's just add transaction. All right. And then we'll buy some of my micro caps. So that was my big cap of the day. It's like number 94 on like CoinMarketCap. And then my micro cap of the day is Hourglass. Now, what is Hourglass? I can't really explain it. I'll be real with you. But this is what you do with micro caps. You see something that has volume, that has people buying it. Look, it was at 4 cents. Now it's at 30 cents, and it is not dumping. It was at 40 cents, and it is now at 31, and it really isn't dumping. So it made a 10x, and now it's down 25% on this recent pullback. You probably get it lower. This is why it's a DCA channel. Now it is a super micro cap with almost all the money in circulating supply, meaning that all the coins are out there that are usable. Obviously, somebody could go and dump like the whole tokens, but I thought the website looked sick. The Hourglass Collective. I don't know. I just think the website looks sick. I don't know anything about it. They don't really explain what it is. They don't really explain anything. I don't know anything about these founders. I've done zero research into any of these people. I just think the coin looks cool. That is it. And they have no tax stealth launchpad, 100% circulating, ownership renounced. Like, look, it looks sick. It's on a centralized exchange, Mexi. It's on Bitmart. Never heard of it, but apparently it's on there. And all right, that was my micro cap pick of the day. The whole point of these micro caps is you just want to buy things that people will buy, and I think it looks cool enough where people will buy it. You know, that's the meme coin meta. How do you think Pepe went up a million fucking times in like a month? Because of just people being like, oh, this looks cool. All right, we'll buy $10 worth. And we'll see how it does. And that's the point of this. The point of this is not financial advice. I'm just picking random fucking coins I think look interesting. And that's it. So, I mean, if we go to the dashboard, if this will update, I now put in $120 and we're down 4. It'd be like that. But to be fair, the market is down like 30% across the board. I am down $4 on what I've put in onto this fake. It's a fake account. I'm just showing how DCAing works, but I've split it up pretty evenly amongst Bitcoin, Ethereum, gains, hourglass, whatever. And we're in this crash of 25%, and I feel it not at all. And you want to know why? Because it's a DCA portfolio, and that's the point of it. The whole point is that there's no stress. You're just putting in money as though it's a savings account, as though you're putting money into S&P 500. Except the S&P 500, the expectation is you're putting in 5% a year. And the expectation of this is you're going to multiply your account by 3-4 times when the bull market hits, and potentially 20 times if you get like 1,000x on fucking weight or whatever bullshit fucking altcoin you get it on. So yeah, so I mean every coin, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, I put 30 in for each of those, and then every other coin I put in 10 so far. Uh, we're up 3% on this, down on this. We're down on Pendle, $1, $2. So we're down like 20% Sui, 10% Pendle, 2% GMX, and then we just bought these two, and gains were up 3%, and Bitcoin, Ethereum, I'm down like 0.5% or something. Even though Ethereum's down like 8% for the week or something like that. Well, it's a DCA portfolio, so it's all about taking your time. It did just start, but it's all about just taking your time, just being chill with it. All right, we'll close Hourglass. What now? All right, Fuddies. You know they're my favorite NFT. They're slowly getting swept by the floor. Floor is 111. The listed is starting to come down again. Listed was up to like 1100, 1150. Now it's like down to 1000. I think this has to do a little bit with sweep price going down, meaning they're a lot more accessible. But I'm just in general super bullish these. I just love these so much. Pudgy Penguins. You got a lot of Pudgy Penguin news. Floor is 4.5 ETH. I love the Penguins, obviously. My fucking profile picture is the one. Kevin D Gods, he's basically the founder of D Gods. He bought some plushies. So, I mean, here you go. Here's how they look. Apparently, they come with a wristband. I am my penguin. My penguin is me. And this is a what's it called? A action figure or whatever. I don't know, a figurine. But story in 3 parts. When you get these, you also get access to their. Oh, you can also take a shirt off. Interesting. When you get these, you get access to the digital Pudgy Penguin, whatever. Like they have like a digital experience. And so this is the first one he created, and then he created a second penguin, which is actually sick. I fuck with the snorkel a lot. And the diving penguin. And so it just shows that all right, their digital experience does work, and it is pretty interesting. You can get custom penguins. Uh, Continuing the Pudgy Penguin talk. Something that you can see is that they have events. So right now there's an IRL event happening. They're at the licensing expo, June 13, June 16. Or it's not happening yet, but happening soon. I believe this is in Las Vegas. But also you can go to the map and you can see all 320 or 176 members location. Yeah, the IRL event is in Vegas. But just something interesting, you can see exactly where penguins live. It's kind of weird, I'll be honest. But it just shows the community, shows how they're all across the globe. You have some literally everywhere. You have one person literally in the middle of like, fuck no. Oh, it's Hawaii. Oh, that's where Hawaii is. Cool. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. And yeah, it just shows that they're literally all across the fucking globe. Look, you have some literally in wherever the fuck in the Antarctic. All right, cool. Just something interesting. And they have an event coming up. So going back to that event, they're gonna be at the licensing expo for to show off their toys and shit. Could be pretty cool. Give that a like. I'm gonna close these. Neo Tokyo, floor still hovering, 614 ETH, which is honestly up. D Gods. So Frank is the founder of D Gods, like I said earlier. Uh, just an interesting quote of the day. It's so dumb, all of it. We're spending fortunes on cartoon JPEGs. 99% of the world thinks we're delusional. Maybe they're right. Maybe the best days are behind us. Or maybe we're actually early, or maybe we're early to something incredible. Nobody actually knows. So might as well have fun while we're here. Come figure it out with us. Come figure it out with us. D gods. Yeah, I gotta stop slurring my fucking it. It. I don't know. I gotta talk better. Anyways, uh okay. Another reason to be bullish on NFTs, in my opinion. I think we're down a lot. And we could go down a lot more on a lot of things, but I think the top 0.01% of NFTs will be revolutionary. That's why I'm bullish. Maybe not D. I'm not really. I don't own anything in D gods. I don't know enough about them. But I'm bullish penguins. So that's really it. Let's go to gaming, and then we're gonna wrap it up here at gaming. And I'm gonna end this stream. Just a few days until Illuvium X GameStop. So I know I knew GameStop they had like an NFT store, but I know they were partnered with Illuvium, so you can get like these collectibles. I don't really know what they do. Just something interesting to look into if you're curious. If you're interested in Illuvium. Uh, Here's some gameplay here. Let me turn on the audio and let me lower this because it's way too loud. But for Champions IO or whatever Champions Ascension, they had their tournament, which I mentioned. So here's some gameplay. Unfortunately, Twitter rendering makes it super shit. But here's how like the game looks. So I mean, this is like a game mode rather than the actual fighting game. But it's basically them just fighting against monsters and or it's like they're fighting a boss pretty much here. And so here's some gameplay. I mean, it shows that they have an actual game. I don't know how much I actually care for the game. I would need to play it myself. And the fighting part is the most interesting part, apparently. So I don't know much about it. But I mean, they're just fighting the boss and killing it. That's like the whole thing. I don't know. Take a look into it. I do own one of these. I do want to play the game on stream. Not today, but one of the days when the game is live, I'll probably end up playing on stream. And last news thing. Well, not really news thing. It's from a while ago. How long is a while ago? It's from March. But Oh Baby Games, Mario Kart coming out soon. Just excited. Let me lower that volume. It's just loud as fuck. And just looks cool. They have customizable carts. With the cart, I signed up for the pre-alpha. I hope to play it on stream. We will see. I think the game looks sick. I think Gainsey looks sick. So we'll see what happens. Looks super interesting. Oh look, there's a butt plug. All right, interesting. Anyways, we close that. All right. Anyways, that's it for the day. I gotta head out. Anyways, I got shit to do. But I hope everybody has a fantastic Sunday. Go celebrate with your families and shit, and enjoy. And don't do anything stupid. I'm gonna go on a hike with some friends. It's lit. Hope you fuck with the fuddy with the what's it called? The Apple avatars. Look, he's got the ski mask. Shit, like that. Anyways, also I fixed my video, so it actually doesn't look completely shit. Impressive. All right, have a good day, everyone, and I will see you all next time.